It looks like absolute chaos behind me, but that's totally fine. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you an interesting vlog, an amalgamation of footage. Basically, where do I start with this? This is gonna be an interesting look into my creative process in personal projects, mom projects, and my insanity. There's one thing to know about me, and well, a couple things. There's a couple things to know about me. Number one is that I love to throw parties. I love hosting parties, decorating, planning, making the to-do list, planning the menu, decorations, the whole 9 yards. If you've been following me for a long time, then you know James and I have thrown many a party in our day. Lots of Oscar parties, and every year we would do a different theme. Really fun themed birthday parties. We've done murder mystery parties, Halloween parties, all sorts of fun stuff. And you know, with COVID and whatnot, we haven't really had a good party or hosted anything in a while. So what better reason to go overboard than my son's 3rd birthday party? It's particularly fun because this is the first year where he has like friends from school coming. We have friends with their kids coming. So it's like my first like real kid birthday party where other people are attending. And we're doing it at a park outside. But that said, because I'm at a park outside, I really wanted to have fun with the decorations and maybe go a tad overboard. I can't help it. It's just in my nature to do lots of DIY party projects that are usually decor related, sometimes activity related, usually decor related. My son is turning 3 and he is obsessed with Toy Story, but specifically loves Zurg. He loves the evil Emperor Zurg. He loves the Cyclops in the new Lightyear movie. And he likes new Lightyear, old Lightyear, Buzz, the aliens, space, blasters. He loves the Astro Blaster ride at Disneyland. So the theme for his birthday party is like Buzz Lightyear, Zurg, Pizza Planet, aliens, space sort of vibe. Once I knew that that was gonna be his theme, I started, why do I have my glasses on my head like this? Maybe I should be wearing them. It's too late at this point. It's too late. Once I knew what the theme was going to be, which, you know, as a parent, you kind of wait till the absolute like last minute that you can because your kids' interests and obsessions change pretty often. But he's been really into Zurg for a while now, and like bad guys in general, which is really fun. He's like my spooky little kid. Like he is a miniature version of myself. It's actually like terrifying, but also really cool and super fun. But anyways, once I knew what the theme was, my brain immediately started spinning as far as what I could do for fun decoration ideas. I knew I wanted to get some like cardboard things that I could paint, because look, I'm all about the DIY. Like the less purchase decor stuff I have to get, the better, because I just like the way that hand painted stuff looks. Like I just think it's really fun and like really unexpected. But I thought it would be more fun to obviously do as much of it on my own as I could, as far as just coming up with really fun and cool ways to decorate at a park. So I do have some limitations, but I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm starting this intro now, and I'm gonna film the rest of this vlog style, but I have a number of the projects sort of underway. So let me just briefly recap you on that now. And basically this whole video is just gonna be a vlog of all of the DIY things I'm doing for my son's birthday party. That's all it's going to be, because they're all like creative projects and maybe they might give you ideas for things, or it's just fun to watch. And I felt like it needed to be its own video versus in like a studio vlog, because that just wouldn't make any sense. So let me recap you on what it is that I've done thus far and kind of what I need to work on next. First up, I have been like very casually vlogging stuff as I've been working on a few projects. I started a couple of weeks ago. The party at the day that I'm filming this is a week and 2 days away, so right around the corner. It's coming up quick. But I have started a number of things weeks ago once I knew what the theme was going to be. And I kind of just slowly like painted things as stuff came in and would brainstorm ideas and sketch stuff. So I had a lot of, I've been slowly chipping away at this. Like, don't think that a lot of this stuff just appeared like overnight. Like, I really have been slowly working on things. So I knew early on I wanted to have some fun like cardboard things that the kids could get into because they're toddlers. So it's like stuff that they could get into and color and like pretend play, and that would just also be like a fun kind of photo op too. This is kind of like a dual purpose. One of the first things that I got was actually like a cardboard rocket. I got it off Amazon, and it's meant to be like colored, like you can color on it as a kid and like design your own spaceship tent. It's like a little cardboard house basically. I don't have much footage of that, and I have since finished it and broke it down, but I think I have a picture. If I do, I'll put a picture in here somewhere. Essentially, I took the blank cardboard rocket ship shape and turned it into Buzz Lightyear's toy box. So the front of it looks like Buzz Lightyear's toy box. It has a little door, and that's gonna be set up as part of a little art station where kids will have markers and crayons, and they can grab it and go to town and color on the inside of it. Again, because I started this weeks ago, I have since folded it up and put it into a box to be transported to the park day of and reassembled. So that is like check off the list. The next sort of little cardboard thing that I got was actually a car, because I randomly, while looking at cardboard things for kids, when I found that spaceship one, I found this like crazy pink car thing. I think it's supposed to be an ice cream truck. It comes with different props to be different things, but it was $12 on Amazon. I couldn't say no to this. So I bought it along with the spaceship, and my thought was I'm gonna transform it into the Pizza Planet yellow truck, the delivery truck. I have been slowly working on that. It is nearly completed. I basically spray painted the entire outside of it to give it a base coat because it had like a glossy print on it. So coated it with spray paint, and then came in and just did the yellow and then outlined all the stuff, put in the wheels, all that stuff. I still have a little bit of work on that to finish up. I need to add basically the Pizza Planet rocket that is on the top of it, and I want to kind of distress the whole thing as well because the Pizza Planet delivery car looks very run down. So I kind of want it to have that look, and I need to figure out a way to add a rocket. I'll probably construct that out of cardboard, but I just haven't figured out how I'm going to attach it quite yet with it looking good. So that is that project. It is well underway. The next thing that I am currently working on are actually signs. I bought these like, and I'll show you in just a second, these like vinyl, I think they're vinyl, I don't know what they are. They're basically like yard sale signs. And I bought a 6-pack, and they're really big and they have stakes with them. So my thought was that this would be something really great for me to paint whatever I want on it, cut it, like die cut it to whatever shape I want, and then I can stake it into the ground. This was how I was going to label all of the different like activities happening at the party. So there would be a little sign for snacks, there would be a sign for the tattoos. I'm having my mom do face painting, and my mother-in-law is gonna do temporary tattoos. She doesn't know this yet, but she doesn't have a choice. She's gonna have to be a tattoo artist, or I'm gonna make my aunt do it. Somebody's gonna do it. It ain't gonna be me. The coloring station, and then I have like a fun blaster game, more on that in a little bit, that I'm using with squirt guns to kind of create like an Astro Blasters sort of thing. So I wanted these to have little like signs that were to the theme, that were hand painted and just looked really fun and would point out where things are at the party. Very early on, I kind of sketched what I wanted to do, which was some of the aliens, the Pizza Planet aliens, basically like holding the signs with the labels or standing on them. And because I was working with just one rectangular shape basically to create the signs, I had to kind of get a little bit creative as far as the design goes, because I wanted to make the most of the size of the sign that I have. So I kind of have like aliens holding what the activity is, and I've started to paint those as well. So I have 4 of them underway, I believe. So I will show you those in just a minute, because that's kind of the current thing that I am painting. Something else that I'm working on is actually the party favor or like gift bag. I thought that it would be really fun to do the gift bags as Pizza Planet takeaway boxes. So they're Pizza Planet to-go boxes. I have learned attending kid birthday parties that it's all about the little party bag, right? It's all about the fun things that you get in your little party bag, which mind you is most of it's just garbage. But I wanted to have fun with it and do it in a Pizza Planet box because I thought that that would be really cool. Well, Pizza Planet boxes don't really exist, so that's something that I needed to basically create. So more on that as well. I have bought a bunch of pizza boxes. They need to be assembled, and I have created my own Pizza Planet pizza box logo that I'm going to stick onto all of them. I'm probably going to enlist James's help on that because I'm definitely going to need some help with that. That's that. As far as future things go, I know Roman really wants me to paint a giant Zerg for him, so I feel like a Zerg is probably in my future. Something else I want to create is little Zerg Targets, much like the targets that you see in the Disneyland Astro Blaster ride. I want to create a set of those and put them through all over the party, because the kids will have like a blaster station where they'll get to go and pick out a little squirt gun, find the Zerg targets around the party and blast them, come back and you get a prize. This is something I'm making my dad manage at the party. This is a family event. It is a family event. So I know that's something else that I also need to work on. So lots of things to finish, lots of things to start, but it should be an interesting week as I continue all these DIY projects. Yeah, so that is where we're at. I'm going to keep documenting this vlog style as we continue on all the fun DIY projects for the Pizza Planet, Zurg, Buzz Lightyear party, out of this world party. Okay. Okay, so here's a look at those signs that I was talking about. They're like corrugated, I don't know what it is, but they weren't too expensive, and I was able to get a 6-pack of them. So 4 of them I'm using for alien signs, which you can see here. So I have a little color sign for the coloring station, snacks, blast, that's where the little blaster game that I'm creating is setting up, and then tattoos. So it's a work in progress. These, in hindsight, I should have sprayed it with some spray paint first before I painted on top of it, because it's so slick that it's really hard to get paint to stick on it. So it's taken a couple of coats. I also just think this particular green has kind of been a nightmare. Funny enough, a lot of the paint that I'm using, actually all of the paint that I've used so far on all of the projects have been from the mural. If you guys remember the paint by numbers mural that I created in my son's room at our last house. So I have all this leftover paint, so I'm actually like using up leftover materials, which is so great. So I haven't had to buy any paint or anything like that. So yeah, I'm working on these. Again, the perk with this is that it comes with the stakes and it's really easy to cut. Like I can literally just cut it with scissors. So I'll be able to die cut this exactly, and they will look like fun little stakes in the ground, which I think will be really fun. Dante came over here to say hi as well. So I'm gonna keep working on these guys. I saved 2 of the boards because again, it came with a 6-pack. I saved 2 of them. One that I'm probably gonna use for the Zerg targets, because I think I'll just cut out like 6 squares, because that's the shape of them on the Zerg ride, or the Astro Blaster ride, or whatever. And then the other one I may use to write like the instructions for the blaster game, or I'll just save it as like an extra thing in case I need extra decorations. I don't know. By the way, I'm also really glad that I am trying this out, because this was actually painting on these specifically as like an outdoor thing was an idea that I had last year when I was creating our Christmas decorations, which I didn't film the process of that, but I do have a picture which I'll stick over here. And I originally had thought like, oh, if I could find something like this would be the perfect thing to like paint and stake into the front yard, because I know it's not gonna get blown over basically. But yeah, maybe it will be something that I utilize for Halloween decorations later on. I don't know, but right now it's kind of been more annoying than anything else, but I'll keep painting them and see how they turn out, especially once they're cut out. By the way, another reason why I just keep talking a lot. Another reason too why I wanted to document all of this is because last year for my son's birthday party that we just had here at the house, it was a Coco themed birthday party, and I painted a bunch of the characters on cardboard, on just recycled cardboard, and I stuck them in the backyard, and he loved it, and it was such a fun highlight, and I didn't document it at all. I have like still pictures that I took of all the characters and stuff, but in hindsight I really wish that I had documented the process of like making all the things just for like my own time capsule reference, so that I would have it to look back on. So selfishly, another reason why I'm blogging all this is so that I have my own personal record of what I did and put together for his birthday. So this is all like special, fun stuff for me as well. Good morning. It's a Saturday morning and I am working on the signs for the party. I'm learning a lot of things about this material. This is again that like corrugated, it's plastic. It's some sort of plastic, like yard signs. While they're nice and sturdy, they are sturdy, and they come with the really great stakes in the ground, which will work here with my little alien guys. So they're gonna be sturdy, they're not going anywhere for the party. I have learned a couple of things in the process of cutting them out. While I did do a test cut of them when I first got the board, all I did was test cut like a little corner and I was like, oh, it's soft enough, I can cut it. Well, now that I'm actually doing it, it's sort of a nightmare to cut. It's very, very challenging, especially when you're going against like the natural grain of the sign. So I'm die cutting them the best I can. It's just kind of a bit of a challenge. The other thing too is that with just a scrape of my scissors or even like my fingernails, the paint comes right off. You can see the paint just chips right off of it. Makes sense. It's just the paint is sitting right on top of this. It's not an absorbent surface, but it's adding that extra challenge of me cutting these out, is trying not to cut off my own paint on these signs. But they look cute cut out, so worth the extra work, but oof. Okay, box cutter for the win. It's cutting into it like butter. So that is the trick, box cutter. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the first place. So some of these were done with scissors, others with a box cutter, but at least I'm getting that die cut look that I want. So we're good. We're good. Okay, I'm moving on now to the next project, which is making Zerg targets, like from Astro Blasters. So I've taken one of my leftover pieces of the yard sale signs here, have divided it up into 6 even little squares. I'm gonna cut it ahead of time so that it doesn't mess up my paint. And then I'll be able to sketch and paint the little Z targets onto these. So while I'm waiting for my Zerg targets to dry, I'm starting to work on the favor boxes. I got a bunch of these just like fold your own cheapy little, they're literally pizza boxes, like takeout boxes. And then I got some 8.5 by 11 full label sheets. So the entire thing is a sticker. And then I printed out the Pizza Planet logo, and I'm just trimming it down to size basically so that it can get stuck onto the little box on the outside like that. So instead of just like a traditional party bag, you actually get to take home a Pizza Planet box, which will then have like the party favors in it on the inside. But definitely the hack of printing onto the label paper and then just sticking it on, oh my god, this is gonna make my life a lot easier. I already have them all printed, so I'm just making my trims. You can see where I had full ink and then was losing ink a little bit, but I think it also gives it that pizza box kind of feel, so all good. Okay, it is several days later and I am picking back up working on party decorations. Like I said, I believe at one point in this video, this stuff just does not happen overnight. This is several days and weeks of me like slowly chipping away at stuff. So you've been watching me do stuff for like 2 weeks at this point, and I was already working on stuff prior to that, okay? What I'm gonna do now is go out and do a quick coat of some waterproofing spray on the little Zurg blasters that I created, because my intent with those is that the kids are gonna be given squirt guns and they're gonna be blasting those. If they go find the 6 targets hidden throughout the party and they blast them, they get to come back to my dad and get a prize, basically. So this is some Gorilla Crystal Clear Waterproof Patch and Seal. It's a rubberized sealant spray. It's great for waterproofing just about anything. I used this last year when I created big wood cutouts for our front yard, basically. They were from Monsters Inc. I have a huge, like, our Christmas house theme decorations is Monsters Inc. and it's all like Christmassy. Anyways, I had painted on wood, so I wanted to waterproof that wood and seal in the paint. This is what I used, and my goodness, it did the trick. It stands up to all sorts of things. Sprinklers, rain, dew. I live by the ocean, so things just get wrecked if you leave anything outside from salty seawater air. This stuff really does the trick. So highly recommend if you have something that you're going to be spraying with water or is going to be outside, oof, this is the stuff. So I have the targets out. I have a mask. I'm gonna go outside and quickly spray those to waterproof them. By the way, I have learned that doing 2 coats of this is best. 3 if you have something that's really gonna be living outside quite a bit. This is just to block some squirt gun action, so I'll probably just do 1, maybe 2 coats, keep it easy. You can see I've got a coat on, and it kind of will look a little speckly at first, but it does dry really nicely. So this stuff really does work. I've got a little leaf in there. It's fine. Good times. And of course, with any sort of aerosol spray, I always make sure that I'm outside, well-ventilated area. I don't do it around the dogs. I make sure I do it when Roman's not home. Especially this stuff, it's extra stinky. It's stinkier than spray paint. So definitely do it in advance of any event. So I'm like 4 days ahead of the party here. So it'll be nice and dry and not stinky come party time. So I'm currently working on the next decoration thing that I wanted to do. And originally I thought that I was gonna maybe make like big cardboard cutouts of characters. But because we're gonna be at a park, I don't really know where those would go. Like, it's not like I can, I don't know, other than like staking them or trying to like tape them to something. I just know our little picnic area, it just doesn't bode well for random cardboard things. I did, however, remember that I have a big chunk of cardboard that I had saved in my garage. Sometimes when packaging comes in and it's like big pieces of cardboard, or like I can just see it's like potential canvas in the future, I save them. So I pulled out one of the big pieces of cardboard and I thought, why don't I just paint a big happy birthday Roman sign on it, and I can prop it up with an easel, or there's one little spot in our picnic area where I might be able to like tape it up and put some balloons around it and whatnot. So that is what I've been doing, and I feel like this kind of fits like having one more fun kind of hand painted thing without doing like full-blown characters. Fun fact, if you've been following my channel for a while, you might already know this about me. When I first started dabbling into art and trying to turn it into a business for myself, this is when I was still working a full 9-to-5 desk job in advertising. I would actually paint giant birthday banners for people, like literally 6 to 9 feet in length, 4 feet in height, giant hand-painted banners. I would do tons of them. I think it stems back to my early cheerleading days in high school. I was always the one that sketched out the big banners that the football players would run through. So it's kind of like been years of training of doing these giant like birthday signs. So putting something together like this is very easy for me. Like, it's in my wheelhouse of something that I already kind of know how to do. And I was able to really lean into the Zurg theme. So let me show you how I started my sketch in my sketchbook, and then how it's kind of translated now on my big cardboard piece. So over in my sketchbook, I have just kind of the generic, basically like composition of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do a Zurg figure on one side and basically have his little ball gun blasting balls outward, because this is my son's favorite thing, is Zurg and his giant blaster. With a happy birthday banner with maybe some balls kind of blasting through. And then I thought the Roman I could do in the same colors and style that I did the Zerg Targets in. So I'll even pull from the same colors. And I think the happy birthday banner I'll do in like Buzz Lightyear blue and green. And then this, I'll just literally use the same colors that I used for those targets. And I was playing around with the font a little bit, just trying to see how I could make kind of that Z Zerg into other letters. But the main thing is capturing my composition. That's always the first sort of thing that I do, and jot down the main elements that I wanted. I knew I wanted a Zerg, the blaster letters for Roman, and then a banner with balls sort of blasting through it. Here now is my giant piece of cardboard. I don't even know where I got this piece of cardboard from. It's been in my garage for well over a year, but I actually have 2 big pieces of it. But this is the perfect thing that I can just put up on an easel. If I can't attach it anywhere, it can go up on an easel and be just fine. So here is my Zurg all sketched out with a little bit of forced perspective there happening with the ball gun. We got all the balls. I still need to block letter the letters up here at the top, which I'll do in a moment. And then I have the Roman targets as well that I will paint the same way that I did the Zerg letters. So let me block letter font this. And then this big sign is pretty much ready to be painted. Ugh. But yeah, this will be, I think, a good sort of nighttime project to work on. And again, something else that I can put up on an easel and not be stressed about. And I think this will be the last like big thing that I kind of paint. Everything else moving forward at this point is going to be little detail sort of things, and you know, finishing up other little projects. But I think this is going to be the last big thing that I throw together. In case you were wondering what 24 little pizza box party favors looks like, absolute chaos. But I have everything laid out so I can just stuff everything in one go and be done. This is what is on the inside of them, by the way. Very Roman box. He always has sunglasses. Ring pops are one of his favorites. We got stickers. I got these really cute, they're like color form pizzas. They're like replaceable, like you can build a pizza over and over again. Little LED rings, popper things. Just like a very fun kid box. And stuff that I like too, because I am a child. Hello, editing bun coming in hot for a little outro on this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little like behind the scenes, just like snippet of my life and sort of a fun little personal creative project. There's a lot of those these days, you know, having a kiddo and getting creative and putting together fun things like this. The party was a blast. Everyone loved it. Pro tip, if you're throwing a birthday party for a bunch of 3-year-olds, squirt guns are a huge hit. That was like definitely one of the big highlights. These kids, most of them had like never used a squirt gun before, and they also all knew the Astro Blaster ride reference. So it was a hoot watching these kids running around, squirting the targets, squirting water into their mouths, each other. It was very fun. A good time was had by all. I hope you guys have had a good time watching this video here. If you are new here, feel free to give this video a like or subscribe to my channel. I put out a new video every week. All sorts of fun, creative content here, and I got all sorts of cool stuff in the works for fall and winter. Some other big projects ahead that I look forward to sharing with all of you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!